What's up, guys? This is Craig. Just finished fueling up here at the gas station over here on Riverside. About to head downtown and get into those tunnels that run underneath downtown Tulsa. So we'll get more updates in as soon as we get there and kind of get into a little bit more detail about what it takes to actually get to the tunnel entrance. So we'll catch you on that side. Alright, looks like we finally reached our destination here. We are parked next to this bike trail here. It looks like the rain has pretty much not touched this general area too terribly much, so it looks like we are still in for a pretty good adventure today. It's going to be about a 3/4 mile walk down a bike trail here, so we'll catch up with you at the next section here where I go ahead and take a look at where we're at next, just on our trail here to the tunnel entrance, and until then, I'll catch you guys. It has come to my attention that it wouldn't exactly be the most respectful thing to do to go ahead and dictate and show the entire trip down to these tunnel entrances, as those who explained it to me went through a great deal of trouble to find them themselves, and they probably wouldn't take too kindly to that. I, on the other hand, I've got a slightly different prerogative. I worked my ass off to find out where these tunnel entrances are, and as a result of that, of course, I want to go ahead and share it with everyone else, make their lives a little bit easier. But not everybody agrees with that. To some, it's still their secret place where they can share the location with them if they want to or not. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll pick back up at the tunnel entrance. But while we're right here, I wanted to show you just a little bit of this great architecture. This is actually some of the nicest stuff you'll see if you actually take time to get out of your car, go exploring a little bit. To some, it looks like trash, refuse, just a really bad scene. But to others, it's beautiful because it shows a part of the city and a part of the community that you never normally get to see. This right here, it's a very elaborate walking ramp here that leads to a pedestrian walking bridge that goes over these railroad tracks here. And I just wanted to point this out because most people out here have no idea that this is even here. But it's a great way for all those homes over there to just get on their bike, hop on this bridge, and just head down to the Riverside bike trail. It's a really nice setup, and it's one of those things that we never really get to see and take for granted. So I just wanted to point that out real quick, and we'll catch you next time here at the entrance. Alright, and this is the manhole cover I've chosen for my entrance. Why? I guess it probably has something to do with the big white X on it. I definitely went down a different one last time. However, this time I think I'm going to try this guy. Now, most of you probably didn't even know that it is actually possible to open a manhole. Well, I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how it's done. First, we get in our backpack here. Take a look at some of the equipment that we bring with us. We've got rope, pry bar, plenty of water, some duct tape, and a hammer, and there's a set of wire clippers down there just in case I run into some fencing, which in this particular case I won't. Just a quick point to make out. Most of you might be wondering why you would need rope on something like this. Well, let me explain something to you. That manhole is only wide enough for a man to go down and to go up. Going down it with a backpack on your back it's difficult. Coming out of it is impossible. And the last time I actually had to leave one of these, I had to pull the backpack up by the rope. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get this guy opened up. Take our pry bar right here. And we're going to hook it in this little latch right here. Sometimes it's best to go from the other angle. Set this guy down here real quick. So I'm not failing here. These are designed to be difficult because they don't want assholes like me climbing into the sewer systems. Matter of fact, now that you've seen what you need to do it, I'll let you figure the rest out yourself. This takes 2 hands. Catch you in a minute. Well, that right there is what I get for trying something new. This is not an entrance to the tunnel. This is actually just a small service area. But if you'll notice, the cockroaches down there are freaking huge. And this doesn't really go anywhere. So we're going to go on to the next one. But we did open up this manhole here, so let's go ahead and put it back on. You guys might think it's really heavy. Just takes 2 hands and a little bit of muscle. Alright guys. Oh, what's wrong with our screen? Alright. What I'm doing now is I'm getting ready to tie up this rope to the backpack. I'm going to lower it in there. And there's a reason for this. Because it makes the entry into this tunnel considerably more safe for me personally. And my gear, yes, it's important, but nowhere near as important as my safety and health. So, there may be a little bit of water down there. More than likely there is. However, I'm using a backpack that has a rubber bottom. So long as I don't get the socks in this pouch right here, which I cannot emphasize bringing enough of those enough, your feet are going to get wet. I decided to bring with me some military issue combat boots here, and I figure that those are probably going to be the most waterproof thing I have, but I still know that my feet are going to get wet. You don't go draining unless you expect your feet to get wet, and for that I got extra socks. So we'll see you in the tunnel. Here we are, down here at the bottom of this here tunnel. It's a bit of a go. Don't know if you can tell or not, but I've still got my backpack tied up here via this rope, and that just protects it from getting damaged or dropped or injuring me. So I'm going to repack all my gear here, put the rope back in its designated location, and we'll catch up with you in the next few minutes. All right. Here we are finally. Took us a while to get down here, but I'm sure you really can't see a whole heck of a lot, but this is the tunnel here. So you'll notice I've got my flashlight with me. It's just a simple LED flashlight, but it's basically what the tunnels are here. Dark. And you walk through them. And it's a lot of fun because it puts you face to face with a lot of your fears as a kid, but it's also just, you know, the satisfaction of knowing that you're somewhere that pretty much no one else ever goes. So we're going to keep walking here for a little bit. Any good points of interest that take place down here, like this water I'm already being forced to step into, and we'll make sure we get it logged. Yeah, admittedly it is a little creepy down here, you know, knowing that without this flashlight you're as blind as, well, as if you've just pulled your eyes out. That's how dark it is without this flashlight. There's a lot of weird noises that come from the road above us, and it tends to creep a guy out every now and again. But it's nothing that any real adventurer can't handle. So I wanted to point this out here real quick as we're coming up to it. This pipe right here, it juts across from one side of the wall to the other. There's no going over that. And you'll also notice that underneath it is a lot of water. Save yourself the time, save yourself the energy, just walk under the damn thing. This is one of those times where you're gonna get your feet wet. Apparently I'm not the only one who goes down here. Where else do you find a Sprite can when there is no form of tunnels or anything around here where someone might drop it through? Somebody dropped it through on their way here, and that's what we try to avoid. That's what gives us a bad name. Vandalism, littering, that sort of thing. On any of these urban exploratory places, that's something we very, very much tend to discourage. Alright, here we're at another pretty interesting part of these tunnels here. The basic structure of the tunnel turns into a square shape. I'm sure it's rather hard to see, but I want to thank Fiend from the Underground Ozarks for leaving us this helpful message. It says here, either way is to safe exit. Now, you'll see there's an arrow there. What he's referring to is the way we just came, and what's so cool about these is if you get up on this little platform here, once again, I'm sure it's hard to see, and I'm walking in all kinds of water here. There is another exit in a smaller tunnel out this way. We're not going to explore that right now, as we're going to keep heading out this way. But just an interesting part. This is kind of, like I said, it's kind of a community of people that do this, and we always want to make sure that we honor them, honor their findings, and never trash the place up or vandalize it in any way, other than maybe a little spray paint here and there just to help other adventurers. So we're going to keep on moving now. Next step.